you got to look at it and Tyson is the best heavyweight fighter in the world in boxing, and Ngannou might be the best uh, at MMA heavyweight, right? So so this fight is gonna be at boxing. So you obviously gotta favor Fury a lot. He's fighting somebody that's making his pro debut as a boxer, really, and it's a whole different sport. And as difficult as it would be for Fury to go over to MMA, it would be the same. It's gonna be the same for Ngannou. So of course Fury is gonna be a big favorite.
Otto, put that into perspective if you can for me, because a lot of people, I know that they think, okay, if Tyson went and he tried to take an MMA fight, it would be a disaster because he doesn't know anything on the ground. But people believe that because striking is obviously encompassed within MMA, that he can go over, that Francis can go over and strike with Tyson Fury. But this is very different, right? Different striking, different stances, distance, all that stuff, isn't it?
It is for sure. I mean, you have Fury. He's probably been boxing since he was a kid and focused only on boxing every day. That he's been boxing and sparring and just perfecting it. And he's become the best at it, right? And
Yeah.
then you have Ngannou. He's the best in MMA, but it's not only hands. There's clinching. There's elbows. There's knees, kicks, grappling. Everything. So it's so much that you need to be good at in MMA. So it makes it a lot harder to be as good in boxing as Fury is, because Fury's been training this since he was a kid and just over and over just practice this. And the defense is different. I would say probably that's the biggest thing. I think probably the defense. And when you start getting hit by a guy like Fury, you gotta feel it, and he's gonna really be out of his comfort zone.
I'm glad you said that. I think people have talked about Francis's power. You've been in there with Tyson. Tyson's no slouch when it comes to his power punches, though, is he?
No, I mean, he's a big guy. He probably, I don't know how much he's gonna weigh, but maybe 270, 280 or something. And he's a decent puncher, and he's a big guy, so he's gonna feel it. And like I said, I think that the defense is just very different, and it takes such a long time to become defensively sound in boxing. And even if you've done MMA, it's hard. It's hard. It's very hard. So we'll see how he takes it when the punches start landing.
The thing that the Ngannou fans are going to say is that you never know. There's always a chance he could land that one big punch, and we know he can punch. Just how hard is it, though, to land a clean power shot on Tyson Fury, one that could actually put him away?
Yeah, I mean, the chance is always there. So he could hit him and knock him out, but the chances are slim, of course. Fury is a good defensive boxer. He's shown that. I obviously landed quite a few good punches on him and busted him open,
Yeah.
his eye. But I mean, for Ngannou, he really has to set it up and try to hit that body of Fury, because he's a big guy, and try to go to the body and then follow it up to the head.
You may have just answered it. I was going to ask, you have had more success than just about anybody against Tyson Fury. I mean, so close to winning that fight. What advice would you give Francis Ngannou? What gives him the best chance to actually come out of this fight with the win?
He can't box him, really. He needs to really make it a fight, a dog fight. Just take it to Fury, rough him up, try to use some. I mean, depending on how much clinching he can use, but probably not much, because the referee is going to break them up. But
Right.
he's got to go in there and try to use what he has. And just try to, he's a strong guy, so try to push Fury around and just try to land punches that he can. Because he can't be there in a boxing match. He can't just stand on long distance and try to box, because then he's just going to be picked apart.
Right. This can't be pretty. If it's pretty, then Tyson wins this fight, right?
Definitely. If Tyson is comfortable, dancing and doing whatever that he usually does, then it's going to be a very tough fight for Ngannou. So he has to make it uncomfortable for Fury.
It sounds like you think, and obviously he's a heavy favorite already. It sounds like you think that Tyson's going to win the fight. Any sort of prediction that comes to you here? Do you think it goes? Does it go the full distance? Is it something where Tyson actually knocks out Francis? What do you think happens?
I think, I forgot to mention something also. This is going to be I think 12 rounds, right? And
Yeah,
that's
I'm not.
also
Did we hear 10? It might be 10, Otto. I think that's what we've seen.
yeah. Okay, okay. If it's 10, yeah. I mean, it's not a huge difference.
Yeah.
It's still 10 rounds, and that's also different than MMA. You know, they have 5x5, right? In
Right.
championship fights.
Right. Sometimes only
So
15 minutes even.
yeah, yeah. So that is also very different, and that also takes a lot of time to manage and to be able to fight that way. So you can survive for 10 or 12 rounds. So that's probably why I say another reason why Fury would knock him out, because I think that Ngannou eventually is gonna get tired, and Fury is gonna, I think, take him out of there.
Very interesting. Last one for you, Otto. Sometimes in these situations, other boxers who, but in your case, for instance, I'm sure you would like a rematch with Tyson Fury, as good as that first fight was. Does this kind of fight annoy you, that this, you could argue, is taking away an opportunity for a guy like you? Or we don't get the Usyk fight. I mean, any sort of hard feelings there on your part?
There's no hard feelings really. I mean, I would love to fight Fury again, uh, but Fury's a guy you never know what he's gonna do. So he's gonna do whatever he feels like. And right now, he's feeling like fighting Ngannou. He's probably making a ton of money from it, especially in Saudi Arabia. Both guys, and so as much as I would love to do it, it's not up to me. I can't focus on myself. I mean, my career is more than just Tyson Fury. So
Absolutely.
I'm kind of tired of talking about him, to be honest. I really
Really?
want to fight him. I really want to fight him, but
You just don't want
that's
to talk
just how
about.
it
You
is.
don't want to keep talking about him for years. It's been a while. It's been like what, 4 years now?
It has, yeah.